Oh, totally forgot to... Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Just kidding about that little blurb there for a second. Um, Hi, welcome to Wizard Wednesday. My name is Kelly Sievertson. I'm a tattoo artist and full-time illustrator in Chicago. I'm also a lifetime, long-standing member of the nerd community. There are those that call me the Wizard. And I tell you what, I am pretty low energy today, and it is at least a little bit of a bummer. Cause man, it's just hard to keep the energy up when it's fall. It's just rough, man. I have the Wizard's Mighty Potion of Enlivenment. I'm not really sure if I can mention what exactly it is on YouTube, but sold by a local brewery in Chicago. It's 30 milligrams of CBD and a cold brew coffee. Not 30 milligrams of a cold brew coffee, but 8 ounces of a cold brew coffee. I like to say it's for when you need to calm the fuck down and wake the fuck up. So, here's to you. Man. So, I have had... What a week. What a busy week for all of you. Let me make sure that all this stuff is good. Everything is okay here. All this is good? Yeah. Cool. All right, well, welcome. If you're in the chat, please say hello. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try to get started. Last week we were doing an illustration of a Fey Warlock Pact patron that some of my players in my Monday night group, I play 5th edition tabletop weekly. I've played every week for I think 7 years. Long enough that I've forgotten exactly how long it is. But yeah, we explore this world that I have kind of put together. It's my own little homebrew. And this is one of the creatures that my players have encountered. Well, they have encountered it directly. They've encountered the warlocks of this patron. So, this is Pig Zeblior, which feels just like a really rich, pulpy, 1960s or 70s sci-fi name. Pig Zeblior sounds like a planet where it would just be nothing but pigs. Hey! What's up? I'm so glad that you stopped by. Glad that you were here. But yeah, Pig Zeblior is one of my favorite names that I have come up with. It is total nonsense. Oh, I totally missed it. Hold on. I think I need to put that above. Whoa. Oh, damn. Okay, gotta mess with some of the elements. But that's alright. That's totally cool. So, thank you for the subscription. Greatly appreciated. Man, oh man. Yeah, so we are just going to keep going on this. I'm going to try to get this outline done and then move to some values and tones on this. Really wanted to have more of this done for you by the time that we got here, but with the holidays coming up and all that, you know how it goes with your weekday. Or days off, rather. I primarily work on the weekends because, you know, people don't like it to get tattooed on like a Tuesday. I still make them though. Let's see. Just kind of. Nah, I don't want to go too crazy in the texture with black. I'm going to use a lot of colored outline in that. So. Just try to get this outermost thing taken care of. Mary, it's going to be really hard not to call you Arya, just because Arya Snark is such a good handle. You know, I really feel like I've been blessed in this last year with so many opportunities to help turn people's characters, whether or not it's from a game that they're playing or whether or not it's just something they kind of have in their hair that kind of represents them. But I've been blessed to have the opportunity to turn them into tattoos a lot this year, and it's really meant the world to me. And even though I don't celebrate Thanksgiving the way that maybe many Americans do, I still believe that the fall is a good time to reflect on the things that we are thankful for. So, thank you. If you've sought me out to turn a character from your head, from your world, into something permanent this year, thank you from the bottom of my wizardly heart. My chamber most arcane. And Mary, I will call you Arya, if I can remember. I feel like I can, but you know, I don't want to overcommit. I don't have any music playing, and I don't hate it. I just feel a little bit like I'm just by myself here in this room, but I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. My wife and I are leaving this afternoon when she gets home from work to head to a family gathering in the Dells. So that should be a unique holiday experience, I think. I'm going to get a chance to hang out with my nephews. That'll be pretty cool. One of them, he is just kind of becoming, hey, what's up, Adam? Hello, hello. One of my older nephew, he is just sort of at the age where he's discovering things like Pokemon, you know? Sort of like, I would say, well, despite the fact that it's like a very rich mythos, I would say Pokemon is sort of like nerd light. And his father and I, we played a lot of Magic the Gathering together, so I had kind of thought that what I might do for him for Christmas is help him out with a couple booster packs and then maybe challenge him, like learn about Pokemon. My only experience, I have had Spotted Cow. Yeah, it is my wife's favorite beer. I don't drink that much beer, but what I do drink a lot of is this. Those of you that know. In fact, I cut like, I don't know if it was a full inch off of my mustache, but my mustache was beginning to grow into my little soul patch here, and it was out of hand. I couldn't even drink out of cans anymore, so I had to trim it in preparation of drinking this beverage on camera. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that for the holidays this year, I also don't celebrate Christmas, but I do believe in gift giving, and I don't want to be the only. I don't want to be fucking Scrooge. You know what I mean? As I pop the top, exactly. But I think I'm gonna surprise him and like challenge him. I don't know how to play Pokemon. My only exposure is with Pokemon Go. So I think I'm gonna have to learn a lot. But I also relish the opportunity to get him back into game playing a little bit. I felt kind of bad last winter. He got really into playing chess, and he wanted to play chess against me because he's good. He's a really smart kid, and he really understands games and stuff like that. That's why, like, I know it's only a matter of time before he gets picked up into some very deep nerdery. I'm expecting it to be Magic the Gathering, no question about it. But he was kind of being a little turd. So, you think it's a lot like MTG, like you've got mana and stuff? Knowledge comes from the one Pokemon game you played back in 2004. Hey, that's good. That's more than I have currently. But he was kind of being a turd, and so I just really let loose on him and smoked him. I whooped his little ass in some chess, and he got pretty discouraged, and I felt bad about it. So I think my goal is to be less of an edgelord, and maybe try to remember that he's a small child, and not to just wreck him. Despite the fact that he's being a little, just if he's being a little turd, not to hold it against him. I myself I'm often a little turd. Not so little these days, but that's my goal. That is my small goal of self-growth in 2020. I know, I gotta let this kid steal my Pokemon. It's how they think you're supposed to act to get attention. Yeah, I get it. It's hard being a little kid, and it's this year was super hard for them. So he thinks of me as like the cool uncle, and I don't want to discourage that, I think he's a pretty cool little dude. He is also I don't know how to describe it. He seems to be like very like a hot commodity in his little second or third grade class. I don't know. How old is he? I don't remember. You also think of me as the cool uncle. Thank you very much. Preach. But we took him, so I took him trick-or-treating this year. Or I went with him while he was trick-or-treating. And there were all of these girls chasing him around. And they were all trying to prove how cool they were to my little dude. And I was like, what's going on here, man? The most revered of family archetypes. I I think so. I think it's an important role. I recognize that I'm gonna have to buy him beer. Um, that's just something I'm gonna have to do. But yeah, so he was like everyone was trying to get his attention. Everyone was like, calling his name, trying to like show him their costumes and stuff, and he was like just too cool for it. Just like a little bit above it. Girls won't leave me alone. I just want to play Pokemon. That's really what it. That's really what it was. It's the most nonsensical thing, but it's totally true. And he just, eventually I was not cool enough, and he ran off to play in like a bounce castle or something like that. Which, by the way, like my Halloweens were fucking lame by comparison to what these kids get into now. Like, they get whole ass candy bars. Like, I was looking at the candy that they got. They had like multiple Twix, little tiny fun size Snickers, Kit Kats. It was none of the nasty candy from my childhood. Like that was all major league candy. That's not my experience at all. It's the standard now. You blame Costco. Yeah, I know, what the fuck? Like I used to get those weird like fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls. I don't even know what those are called, but I don't even know where you buy them. But they're so gross. But that was my only access to sugar as like an 8-year-old. So I don't know. I don't know what this new climate is. It's weird to me though. So I was talking to one of my clients. He's hung out with us before. We just did a really cool like spectral figure on his shoulder, and he was telling me how he spent the quarantine kind of getting into the shoegaze genre. And I was talking with some of my friends and realized I have no clue what shoegaze sounds like. Yeah, I thought it was like a totally different thing. And it's really funny because I now see like how awkward my comments about shoegaze must have been, because they were just not on point at all. I thought of it as something totally different. So, Isaac, if you were here, I'm so sorry that I couldn't keep up. I thought we were talking about different things. But someone brought up the band, the Cocteau Twins. And I don't know that band, but I do know a song from a band that we used to listen to a little bit in college. I think the band is called Menthol. And they have a line in their song about the Cocteau Twins, which is not an interesting or important line in the song. It's just, that's my only knowledge of them. And the rest of the song is more interesting. The line that always grabbed my attention as a young man is... I'm not a young man anymore, but when I was a young man, the line that grabbed my attention was, sometimes, due to hardships in my life, I've been driven to depend upon the generosity of older alcoholic women. And, man, if there is not... I feel like there's something particularly toxic about being... Well, there's something particularly toxic about being a young man, that's certainly true. But there's that weird, like... I don't know... Hunter S. Thompson loving phase where you just feel like somehow your weird... Somehow the weird circumstances that you have created for yourself is like character creating, and it's just the worst. It's just the worst. It's such a red flag. It's like when I can always tell that there's going to be trouble when someone decides to play a character at the table who is an alcoholic, but what they just say is like drunk. Ah, what's up, Dave? Dropping in to say hi before taking off for lunch. Hey, I hope you have a good lunch. Also, what are you going to get? I recently discovered that I can't eat eggs and I can't eat dairy, so my breakfasts have become really strange. So I had my lunch for breakfast, which means that I had spaghetti at 9 a.m. So, hope that yours is better than that. Oh, oh, I dislike the bone structure or lack thereof of this hand. That makes me feel not great to look at. Not sure yet. You're meeting a few friends, and you are not good at making plans till you are in person. Yeah. Hey, same. I have a couple friends that are actively very good at making plans, and I am very happy that they include me in their plans. These days, like, we're all kind of too busy to get together, and then, there's COVID and whatnot. But my best friend Rachel is like a consummate plan maker. So yeah, man, what have you been getting into this week? I'll tell you what I did this week. Did a buttload of hours of tattooing. Got an illustration project up off the ground. Feeling pretty good about that. You can check out some work if you want that I did for a company called Tattoo Space. Making brushes for custom illustrators to kind of use as like a little bit of a cheat sheet, I feel like in the last couple of years, the tradition of Flash, which is in tattooing, the drawings that hang on the walls, the quintessential like. If you've ever seen or worn a Christian Dior, Ed Hardy shirt or pants or jacket, maybe, I'm not sure. Probably buy them in a lot of mediums. But if you've ever seen one, the drawings on there, that American traditional style. That is considered Flash. And the idea of adorning walls with drawings or paintings that are available for tattooing is kind of come and gone. And now that existence of drawings has gone digital. So I guess I have created sets of Flash for sets of digital flash for the tattooing world or illustration or whatever. Um, but I've also, because I was doing so much work and I like to listen to books when I tattoo. Firstly, I finished a series called the Broken Earth Trilogy, which is good as hell, and you should check it out if you are into that kind of like meshy in between area of sci-fi and fantasy. It's super cool. I don't remember who said it. I think it was Thomas Edison. No, I don't think it was Thomas Edison. But it's like the quote is like, at a certain point, advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and that's like such a good way to describe like the landscape of the Broken Earth trilogy. Really, really good. Finished that, and then found something to move on to, which I had previously been a little bit reluctant to try out, which is, I think it's season 5 of Dimension 20 from Dropout, the college humor streaming platform. It's called The Crown of Candy. It's an N.K. Jemisin book, yeah, super good. It like just blew my mind. That the ending is super good. Like the middle is like, it's so strong and so grabbing, and the beginning, it's a 3-part trilogy. So like the first book is so good at giving us an introduction to these characters and like how they're connected and the plight that they're experiencing individually. Then also like giving us through their lenses a little bit of like an experience into the world that they're living with. And I've mentioned it before, but one of my favorite things about fantasy and certain kind of sci-fi is like this one's perfect, is how writers describe the way magic works in their cosmology or like their mythology. That's one of my favorite topics, no doubt. And N.K. Jemisin does such a super good job at describing magic and making it feel, maybe not making it feel real, but making it feel real for the characters that can access it, Super good. That's also a thing that's really important to me. I try to make, when I'm playing in my own homebrew, I try to make it so that there is something unique about the way all of the spellcasting classes work, to make it feel like more palpable, to give it a link, to make it so that like I'm glad you've read it, Arya. There's a lot of magic in most tabletop games, right? In 5th Ed, which I play primarily, there's a bunch of stuff, and certain spells can overlap into different spellcasters, and that's super great. I think it's important to give each class, like if you're doing a homebrew, I think it's important to give each class a little bit of character, a little bit of some nuance that changes the way, like, if you want to be a wizard, you can just become a wizard, like that's one of the cool things about the way that 5th Ed sets wizardry up. Like, it's kind of just, if you're willing to, like, if you have the aptitude and the desire, like talent and drive and work ethic, you can learn magic, right? It's like the prereqs are not anything crazy. Maybe you can't learn like super high stuff, but if you were just a farmer's kid and you were like, I'm just gonna work my ass off, like I'm gonna do whatever I can to get magic, like you could do it. And also like beyond that, like if you wanted to become a warlock, it's really just like finding the right higher power that's willing to listen, which is sort of terrifying, but I think it's cool. And I think that like That's your favorite song from The Wizard of Oz. If you want to be a wizard, you can be a wizard. Yeah. If you want to be a wizard, you can be a wizard. Something like that. That's one of my favorite parts, and I feel like with clerics, pull yourself up by your magical bootstraps. That's exactly what it is. Clerics are kind of the same thing too. You're like willing to devote yourself wholly to an idea, but it's all about like none of it is really exclusive, right? Like, what I mean by that is like there's nothing story-wise that says like, oh, you have to be chosen by a so-and-so or whatever, with the exception of like sorcerers, because you kind of have to be born to it. I think that's why I'm like not such a great fan of the way that sorcerers are portrayed. So with my own homebrew, which you can have some access to some of the stuff that I'm talking about if you check out my Patreon. It's Wizard Wednesday on Patreon. I like to think in the new campaign that I'm doing with my Monday Night group that all of the different spellcasters, all the different caster classes have their own unique flavor, and it's all important. And the reason you might choose one over another has like value in lore and not just on paper. Patreon, yeah, I don't have that set up yet, but I think it's in my links. Should be. Anyway, what was I doing? I was drawing these little tiny weird old hands. He looks a little bit like Slimer. Like this has some Slimer vibes. That's probably copywritten. I don't even know if I can use that. But wait, for real, why is there not a Ghostbusters TTRPG? I feel like that would have real value. Especially now that I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters, but I'm just gonna make the assumption that Paul Rudd becomes a Ghostbuster because it's fun for me to imagine that. My dogs are talking outside. I don't know if it's coming up on the microphone, but it's so cute. They are real mad that they can't get in the room. Is there enough room for that? Questionable. Come on. There we go. No way! 1986. Okay. Well, what I really should have done is like an exclusive event. Should have run a game for my Patreon subscribers or something like that. Maybe that's something I should do just in general. Maybe I should do a one-shot for my Patreons. That'd be kind of cool. If you're in the Discord, which you can get access to if you become a subscriber on Patreon, or if you become a patron on Patreon, that's a little clumsy. If you're in the Discord, let me know if that's something you would want. We can start a little poll. And of course, like with the ample free time that I have, I would love to do something like that for all of you that support me, which I greatly appreciate. Oh, that's right. I decided that there were going to be sort of indistinct genitals. That's right. I will be doing part of a one-shot coming up in an event that I really am a big fan of. It's a Chicago gaming staple. It's a thing called Level Eater. I've talked about it before. It's headed up by a friend of mine who is also a really excellent game designer. His name is Will. I don't know if they're pre-selling yet, but I just got the notes. I'm going to be doing some more art for it, which will be super fun. The theme this year is rad. The game sounds super cool. The Level Eater is a really cool event because it's been going on for... This is Level Eater 12. Obviously, it's been going on for 12 years. It's annual. And it's like it's a continual story. You know, like every year piggybacks on what happened the year before, successes and failures over the course of everything have pull and consequence with what happens in the game the following year. So like one year I TPK'd my party at the table that I was running, which was great. It was a moment of great pride to me. I don't intentionally try to kill my players, but if it happens, I'm not going to be mad about it. But because of that, because my table was not successful and could not help out with the overall story, there's kind of a point system, which is like a little bit behind the scenes. We lost as a community, like as everyone playing the game. It's like it kind of happens. There's a bunch of tables, and groups of people at tables are all kind of going against the same big baddie, and they're doing their own little like individual quests. So because my table was not able to help out beyond a certain point, enough points weren't accrued to beat the big baddie. And then all of the characters which continue over, they were all reduced in level. But it's pretty cool. You know, it's like, if there's a success, then like the next year becomes even wilder and crazier. And I love it. I don't want to give too much away. I'm gonna try to not talk about it that much. But I will include a link to it when it's time, because I love those guys and I want to support them. And this year, just like last year, because of COVID and social distancing, they do live and virtual tables. So if you are not from Chicago, you still be able to play, which I think is cool. Level Eater is also how I found out about Mars Brewing, which is the maker of the lovely CBD concoctions that I enjoy so much. That year they make like there's a couple brewers in town that actually do a Level Eater specific thing. I think they get their own pony keg of Dark Lord. Can't remember who makes Dark Lord, but it's pretty cool. Dope stuff. Anyway, enough plugging of my friend's shit. Nah, I want the attention now. This is Wizard Wednesday. You know, Will Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Good shit. I think I'm gonna do... He's got a lot of feathers on him, and I also really want to do, like, pig spots. I really like pig spots. This has also given me flashbacks to one of the first tattoos that I did back from quarantine in 2020, which was on a client who was kind of like a monster collector. His tattoos are super cool, but he just gets monsters. You know, he just wants like weird shit, and he was leaving Chicago. He wanted to commemorate that with a Chicago monster. So we gave him. Oh, this leg needs some feathers too. We gave him a Chicago dog monster, and because Chicago traditionally is also called like, I think the butcher of the Midwest, or the nation's butcher. I can't remember. Because like, you know, when cities were getting nicknames, I think we were responsible for a huge portion of America's hog butchery. Take that for what it is worth. We wanted to make it like hog centric, so we gave him a hot dog that was also like kind of a pig monster who was dressing herself in mustard because no ketchup. But it was a real Chicago dog, like monster. And one of my favorite monster tattoos that I have seen, period, is Jason's six-tittied goat head lady. Wait, no, six-tittied chicken head goat from season 13. Such a good tattoo, such a good drawing. So we made this pig monster overly mammaled, meaning it had six titties. I should try to find I bet I've got a picture of it. I don't want to go surfing through my images while I'm live, but I'll post a reminder picture in case you don't know what I'm talking about, to those of you that are in the Discord, which again you can get access to by becoming a patron on Patreon. Monster Mommy Milkers. Yes, that's right. Hey, what's up, Jackie? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. You were a person and you were here. Bobby. So good to see you. Bob Jones is here, everyone. The Pacific Northwest Bob Jones, which is the best Bob Jones. I was just talking about Jason's chicken-headed six-titty goat fairy from season 12, which is one of my favorite tattoos that I've ever seen, and also one of my favorite monster drawings. But speaking of monster drawings, if you do not know Bob Jones or his work, make yourself familiar with it. Excellent illustrator, also a profound monster maker in his own right. Monster Mommy Milkers. That's good. Real good. I think I want some texture on that line. Not the Chicago Bob Jones. You're in Portland, right? Robot. I believe you're in Portland. I don't know what I'm doing here. What texture am I giving this motherfucker? Let's get this on a new layer. Just get this lined up real nice. Cool. Jeez, chill. And then get another one. Cool. You see rotating drawings and your brain immediately starts singing. I like it. I'll try not to rotate the canvas too much. I'm not trying to give anyone vertigo. Fucked this up, though. Try not to use the snap tool too much, but sometimes it's just quick, man. You know? What I'm trying to do is get you folks a good drawing fast. Ugh. Are you drawing today, Bob Jones, or are you visiting us from your Tesla? Are you playing Call of Duty in the fast lane? Ah, okay. Doing a bit of drawing. That's cool. What are you drawing? In fact, let me check in with everybody. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me how your day is going. Are you dreaming of strange worlds? Are you stuck in the windowless room of some office building? What are you doing? How can we help you free your mind? Are you trying to, at least? You haven't tattooed in 2 weeks. Why haven't you tattooed in 2 weeks? I'm not even sure what I would do if I hadn't tattooed in 2 weeks. Have you just been traveling that much? Or did you get the vid? A background made of Tibetan flames? Okay, tight. Tight. You just got home from an interview because your last job just fired you on your day off? Pfft, they were like, I see that day off and I give you life off. That's fucking on your day off. That's some Friday shit, isn't it? Isn't that the plot of the movie Friday? Getting fired on his day off? Well, I don't know what it's like where you live, Jackie, but you should probably just go smoke a bunch of weed with your friend. No, just timing of days off and a birthday and holidays. That'll do it. On my wife's side of the family, December is like just wrecked because so many people have birthdays. It's like every week we got something we got to take care of. It's pretty buck wild. Your boss gave you the best crocodile tears she could muster, and told me she hated to do this to you so close to the holidays. I bet she didn't hate to do it. You're sciencing hard since you had yesterday off for your birthday. That's right. Yeah. Hey, happy birthday. If everyone here can give Mary a happy birthday aria, that would be tight. You just silently thought to yourself, nah, this is just what your Christmas present. What just your Christmas present to yourself? Yeah, it's totally like, oh man. I'm never shocked by what bosses will claim to hate to do. Fucking capitalism, man. It's the worst. Well, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Oh, Venus! Hey! Tight. Okay, good. Super glad to know. Yeah, that sucks. That's real shitty. I think I remember you talking about how you were looking for a new job anyway. So, maybe it'll work out to something better. Until then, damn the man. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're glad. Oh, you got your Christmas shopping done. That's good. I haven't even started mine. I don't really. I don't really celebrate Christmas. Because I think it's weird to celebrate a religious holiday um, that I don't prescribe to, and it also just feels a lot like I don't know, a lot like Capitalism Day. but I do like to give gifts to people. So, trying to figure out what to get people. By the time I realize that I need to get gifts for people, or like by the time I realize that I need to get gifts for people by a certain time, if I want to have it there for like the family party, I'm usually way too late. I think the last couple of years I've given people pictures of their presents. I gave my bud and brother-in-law a new camping hatchet, Damascus, a handmade, hand-forged Damascus camping hatchet last year. And that took a long time to make. So, I didn't make it, but it took a long time to get here. I think he got it in like February or something like that. So, hopefully, I can pull it out. So it won't be quite that bad, but I'm going to have to get something. All right. Was that it? Did we close it up? Ooh, shit. Calm down. Let's take a look. Okay, a little light in the snout. That's cool. We can fix that super easy. Alright, let's take a look. The wing. Oh, that's right. We got to do that other antler. Okay. Yeah, that must be what we're drawing with. Okay. Comes up over the top like that. One, two, okay. I think that's going to be on its own too. And then that comes out of the back, I think. Not quite. Too hooked. That's gonna have to meet like, I think like there. Looks about right. Looks correct enough anyway. You know, on the on the topic of antlers, I just picked up Red Dead Online. I typically don't have a lot of time to give to video games, but I do really like that kind of gameplay. And I just before I decided that it was time to be done with video games, stole someone's horse and lassoed a deer. So, you know, that's what I did. What's everyone else been working on in terms of video games? I got to play a little bit pretty recently of the Phasmophobia update. It was really fun. I try to stream games when I'm playing to the Wizard Wednesday Discord channel, which you can have access to if you subscribe to me on Patreon. You can come watch me be really, really awkwardly bad at video games. My friends and I also have been playing some Deep Rock Galactic, which is pretty dope. I'm horrible at it. And we've also been playing some Risk of Rain, which is really cool. Yeah, Red Dead. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of games that, like, I really had everything put into New World in terms of my gaming expectations, and then they were just trounced. Too long. The horse riding is... Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't play story mode. All I just do is just play totally roaming. Like, I don't... Maybe, like, a fetch quest, but I'm not, you know... But the thing is, like, I like to steal other people's horses, and then if they're faster horses, it's easier to do things. I just recently, in the game, knocked someone off of their horse, got on the horse, and then I lassoed them, and I pulled them behind me for several miles. Just because. Horizon Zero Dawn is legit. That game looks super cool. The Halo Infinite multiplayer is a good time. Yeah, I can dig that. I saw you playing that, actually. And thought about checking it out. I've seen a lot of gameplay videos of it, of people having a really, really good time. And it seems like they've added some cool new utilities to make the most of the way that players have traditionally broken their physics engines, which I think is cool. Instead of just nerfing those physics, just taking them into something that can be, like, controlled and manipulated in a way that they can enhance, I think it's super cool. Starbound. I don't know Starbound, but I tattooed a really cool dude not too long ago who was telling me about Starbound. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's a little bit of, like, it's kind of like a platformer, like a roguelike kind of thing. Let me know if I'm wrong. This morning when I was making coffee, I beat the heart on Ascension difficulty 4 of Slay the Spire, which is also, like, a super favorite game of mine. Okay, I think we're good. I think if I merge these layers... Yeah, we're good. Cool. Nope. What did I lose down here? Where's it? Just... Come on. Oh, let me tell you about my... one of my absolutely guilty pleasures is watching videos of farriers on TikTok cleaning and fixing or reshoeing horses. Just so therapeutic to watch. Horse TikTok is, to me, the new like pimple popping I don't know if that's ASMR. I don't know. But like that shit's pimple popping is a way of the past. I want to see farriers fix horses' feet. That's what I'm into. Where's that cutting through? Right up there? Okay. No problem. The best way you can describe it is probably Minecraft and Terraria had a child and added space adventure. Wow, okay, that is not at all what I thought. But I do love a good sandbox game. Minecraft will always be, in my opinion, one of the best games ever made. It's so good. All right. Let's just do that. Do a little fill. And guess we gotta make this the reference, right? Cool. I don't know whether to go heavy on the tongue. I don't know how much to... I don't know. Yeah, alright. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I should have done? I should have picked out a palette. Should have picked out a palette. Do I have any? I don't know, man. What is that? We're going to make these their own little group. And... what was this from? Oh, La La Land. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we like it. I mean, it's a pretty dope palette. Obviously, like I saved it for a reason. These cool, not cool. These ruddy reds. Although I guess they're technically a cool red. Wow, funky how that looks black. But it's not. Yeah, man, love it. Cool. So, you can get the fuck out of here. And then I think what I'm going to do, because I like this balance, but I don't love the actual... I don't think I love the actual palette. So, let's see what happens. If we shift the whole thing, their relationship ought to stay the same. Let's see if I can get some, like... some Joker colors. Okay. What if we do... dial their saturation down even more and maybe... love to get some just weird pinks out of that. I kind of like that. I don't think that's I don't think that's jokery. I think we're gonna be able to pull it out. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Also, because I've described the magic and power of this thing as kind of having a green glow, so these colors ought to go well with it. One thing I do really want, though, is I want to see... So, like, maybe there? Just a little bit warmer? Maybe more like that? Yeah, I think that fits. I think that's going to be good. And then... if I take these color relations, start there, go there, continue to straight line and just make it a little bit cooler. So that's the highlight of that. Kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know if I totally love that, but we're gonna go with it. I want to get some stuff done. So let's take these. Take this color. Let's just make some fucking feathers, man. That's almost indistinguishable. That's almost a little bit too black. Like, where is... like there? Alright, let's see. From there to there. That's not that big of a jump. But let's see what it looks like on the screen. My voice was getting all Bob Ross. Well, you know. Let me look at it on the computer screen. Yeah, it's a little bit more green there, so maybe it's not gonna be too bad. Also, I don't know if that's a good thing. Was it Bob Ross in a good way, or was it Bob Ross in like a in a not so fun way? I can only take it as a positive because Bob Ross is a jam. But nope, don't like that. In a good way, that relaxing tone. I don't know what it's called, but I have that thing where when I get excited, my voice goes up a bunch of octaves. No, one, I guess one octave. But when I get focused on stuff, I think my vocal cords relax or something. There's a Bob Ross exhibit in Muncie right now. I need to go see that too. His whole studio is in Muncie? Like, wait, is it the exhibit that's traveling, or... wait, did he always paint in Muncie and I just didn't know it? That's real weird. Also, the sun is coming out and surprising me a little bit, and it's kind of fucking up my light balance. I'm gonna have to put a curtain on that window. Whoa! No one told you to erase. I wonder what Dave decided to get for lunch. Wait, what? He painted from Ball State? How did I not know that Bob Ross was like an Indiana gem? How did that slip by me? How was that not a constant source of pride for all of my high school and middle school art classes? Why was that not at the forefront of painting education? Oh, he didn't live in Indiana. He just flew there to paint. Okay. All right. Well. Okay, that's totally different. Never mind. That's still weird, man. Like, who flies to Ball State? Who's who's like, you know what painting studio is really dope? That one in the middle of nowhere in Northeast Indiana. Hmm. Oh, it's because he could be kind of anonymous? Huh. Okay, well, that's a pretty good looking wing. Oh, ugh, my old adult shoulder. Okay. Um. Wow, I really kind of geeked out on that wing, and now I got to match it on the other one. Foolish. All right. What's it do there? Okay. Maybe just go with that one. Too small. Need some more. I gotta calm the fuck down and wake the fuck up. It's such a good, thick, rich kick in the balls. Oh, I see the problem. Ooh. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I could just stream Bob Ross's voice while I do this. Like you could watch me draw, but listen to Bob Ross paint. Talk about painting. Where's the top one of it? So be over that. Okay. Man, the idea that Bob Ross felt like he needed to be anonymous is kind of weird. I just can't imagine people haranguing Bob Ross. the the joy of painting. I'm really only asking because I want to listen to Bob Ross. He just makes you feel good, man, you know? Nope, that's not gonna work. Gotta be some stuff. Yeah, okay. All right. Tangent. Yeah, more or less. I'm all right with that. Maybe I'll think really different about it later, but I think it's okay now. All right, let me get this next color. Wait, is this my fucking? Get out of here. I think I'm gonna do the pig spots. Those are gonna have to be more organic. More organic. Bob Ross's plan was to blow up and then pretend like he didn't know nobody. Yeah, man. That's for those of you that know the source of that video. What am I gonna use for this? Nah. It's gonna have to be something. I don't know that I want something so organic and rough. Maybe the problem is that I'm thinking about, like, opacity. Is that the problem? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Why not? Give it the old 74. Someone left a playlist running at the shop a couple of weeks ago, and it wandered into the territory of Paramore, um, which is like, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, because I don't know that I feel guilty about any pleasures, but it's definitely like not a band that, could you hear the puppers? Not a band that I listen to often, though, like, certainly important for a period of time, you know. Um, so I went down like a, not a rabbit hole, but a splurge. I don't know. I binged on some Paramore, and my brain hasn't heard those songs in like a long time. Uh, and one of the things that it did was to create a mashup. I don't know if anyone else. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but to me, I often get little like earworms that are like a synthesis of a couple songs. Like, I'll think of one song and that will lead into another one. Like there will just be, it creates a little break, like maybe a little note or a little percussion thing or something that the songs have in common, and then suddenly I'm like listening to both songs at the same time in my head, and they become like a, like a mashup or super mix or something like that, whatever that's called. But it created a mashup out of Paramore's Misery Business and another 2000s jam, Bleed American by Jimmy Eat World. I feel like no one talks about Jimmy Eat World anymore because they were like all over the place for a while. They were just everywhere. And that song, The Middle, is like the worst of their songs. And it's really too bad that that's the one that they got well known for. But oh, Arya, were you asking? You saw Jimmy Eat World at Lala? That's amazing. Arya, were you asking to see the puppers because because it was 1:30 and that is traditionally treat time? Because I can't let them in at the moment. My new setup precludes them coming into the office, which is too bad, and they're probably upset about it. Oh, you heard them. Okay, good. Nope, don't like that giant spot. Gonna have to be maybe something like that. A little here. The dino from Rugrats. Are you talking about Reptar? These spots are putting off Reptar vibes. I dig it. I am reminded that I think Stewart is his name, the father of Tommy Pickles. Uh, if you don't know already, you should go look up the bio of that character. Weirdly enough, your brain will do the weird thing of fading from one song to another. Yeah. So one time you started humming the tune of America by Rammstein, and it ended up as Ex Mortis by Ice Nine Kills. Okay. I don't know the second one, but I do know Ice Nine as a plot device from a novel by my favorite American author, Kurt Vonnegut. What's the name of that one? Cat's Cradle. That's such a good book. Look at that! Look at all this stuff that's happening. All these connections in the world. So good. You would love to go see them live. You're gonna see a Rammstein in September of next year with your dad. Hell yeah, going to see a band with your dad. That's awesome. They played Ex Mortis. Spencer dressed up like Ash. It was great. I'm gonna assume that you mean Ash from Pokemon, because that's the funniest possible. So regardless of what you say, in my head, that is going to be what happened. Mewtwo Ex Mortis. Where Ash fully dies. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You assumed it was Evil Dead Ash, but Pokemon Ash makes the idea so much funnier. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is there... There's gotta be a crossover of that. There's gotta be somewhere some visual artist has to have been clever enough to put together Pokemon and Evil Dead, right? That has to exist. If it does exist, go ahead and post a link to it, or post it in the in my Discord channel, Wizard Wednesday Discord channel, which you can have access to if you become a patron on Patreon. There's also a ton of other stuff up there that is maybe of interest of you if you are of interest to you rather, if you are a DM and you want to jazz up your own homebrew. Try to post a bunch of things. One of the things that I did last year during the quarantine was come up with a little thing of my own about different starting techniques, different ways to start campaigns that are designed to reconfigure the mind of your players away from things like maybe min-maxing if you're tired of your players doing that. There's also one of the things that I have not put into effect yet in my own campaign. Well, it exists, but I haven't had a chance to really use it much. The wild magic rules for sorcerers, which is one of the things I was talking about earlier when I said that I try to make all of the caster classes have their own little flavor. Boomstickmon, I choose you. Team Rocket's Necro Balls create horrible Deadeye Pokemon. Perfect. Like instead of the Necronomicon, it's just oh, come on. What's going on here? It's just this Pokédex. Do I like that more? No, I hate that more. What's going on? The Necronomidex. You win. Cool. Yeah, I like where this is going. So we're going to select that. Create a layer underneath. And we're going to go to maybe this. Let's see. I think it's actually... Is it this one? Yep. Okay. Medium airbrush fill is like one of my favorites. Or medium airbrush. Medium hard airbrush. It's one of my favorites for just doing generic fill. Oof. I'm going to go back and edit this. I just want to get this color. Just want to get this color on top. Your family might hate you for having tattoos, but they love the confidence with which you say things. That's good. That's very good. Also, I'm sorry your family hates you for having tattoos. That sounds like bullshit. Sounds like it's not fair. Legend tells of an ancient Pokedex bound in Pokeflesh. That's so fucking good. That's so good. Just profoundly good. I mean, profoundly evil, of course. Bound in Pokeflesh. Just so clever. But that has to exist, right? Like that must exist already. We can't be the first people to make up that joke. But I'm willing to believe that maybe we are. Like a it seems so unlikely. The internet is so big. Like, nothing has ever made me want to play in a Pokemon TT RPG like that just did. Check Discord. Oh, cool, I will. You do have a book called the Pokenatomy that is a bunch of Grey's Anatomy drawings of Pokemon? Oh, that's tight. Yeah. All right. Oh, I didn't put fucking dots on that side. Damn it! All right. Well, we are getting there. I'm gonna have to do some surgery on this thing to make this really up to the par that I want it to be. And I'm not gonna do that live. I'm gonna give myself the safety of doing that on my own. But that's okay. I think we're gonna keep today short. But anyway, making good progress. I can't wait to show you finished Pig Zeblior, keeper of the black wallow. I think that's it. Maybe a slightly abrupt end to Wizard Wednesday, but regardless, it has been great to hang out with you. I'll be back next week. Give the channel a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Tell them that we all hang out here every Wednesday. And stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled for more stuff coming from the channel. I will see you next time. Mosh mosh.